Deli meats are among the most consumed packaged foods in the United States. Americans consume approximately 5.7 billion pounds of processed deli meat per year. The lunch sandwich is a dietary staple for millions, and deli meat is its primary protein source. This is grocery science. Today, we look at what happens to meat before it reaches the deli counter. The WHO Cancer Research Agency uses a 4-tier classification system for carcinogens. In 2015, the WHO classified processed meat as a Group 1 carcinogen alongside tobacco and alcohol. Group 1 means the evidence of causation is sufficient. It does not indicate how much risk per portion. By the end of this video, you will understand exactly what that classification means and how to act on it. Processed meat includes any meat preserved by smoking, curing, salting, or adding chemical preservatives. Ham, salami, bacon, hot dogs, deli turkey, and jerky all fall under the processed meat definition. Processing transforms whole muscle meat into a shelf-stable, uniformly sliced, and consistently flavored product. Mechanically separated meat forces carcass remnants through a fine sieve. It is used in many lower-cost products. A plain deli turkey slice can contain 10 to 15 additional ingredients beyond the meat itself. Water is often injected or tumbled into deli meats, increasing their weight and altering texture. Phosphates and carrageenan bind injected water to the meat, allowing manufacturers to sell water at meat prices. Formed deli products are not a single muscle. They are pieces of meat compressed and held together with additives. Transglutaminase, sometimes called meat glue, bonds meat fragments into a uniform block. The uniformly shaped, consistently textured deli slice is often a reformed product, not a whole muscle cut, multiple pieces bonded as one. In the U.S., formed products are not required to clearly distinguish themselves on front-of-pack labels. Premium whole muscle cuts do exist, but they are typically more expensive and more clearly labeled. Sodium nitrite is the key preservative in most cured deli meats, and the center of the cancer debate. Nitrite prevents bacterial growth, including Clostridium botulinum. This is a genuine food safety function. Botulism is a serious and potentially fatal illness. Nitrite's role in preventing it is scientifically established. In the gut, nitrite can react with amines from protein to form N-nitroso compounds, which are confirmed carcinogens. N-nitroso compounds cause DNA damage in intestinal cells. This is a mechanism linked to colorectal cancer. The 2015 IARC classification was based on a review of over 800 epidemiological studies. Every 50 grams of daily processed meat was associated with an 18% higher colorectal cancer risk. 50 grams is roughly 2 slices of ham, 1 standard sausage, or 3 strips of bacon. This is relative risk. Absolute risk increase for colorectal cancer from 50 grams daily processed meat is approximately 1%. Baseline lifetime colorectal cancer risk is approximately 5%. Daily processed meat raises this to roughly 6%. Tobacco's Group 1 classification reflects a risk thousands of times larger than processed meat. Context matters. Heme iron in red and processed meat may promote N-nitroso compound formation in the colon. Processed meat contains preformed nitrosyl heme molecules, making it more potent than unprocessed red meat. Uncured or no added nitrates products typically use celery juice, a high natural nitrate source. Celery juice delivers equivalent nitrate levels to synthetic sodium nitrite. The chemistry is identical. USDA allows no added nitrates labels when natural sources are used, despite equivalent nitrate content. Consumer advocacy groups have petitioned for clearer labeling of nitrate sources, whether natural or synthetic. Smoked meats contain polycyclic aromatic hydrocarbons formed during smoking. These are also Group 1 carcinogens. Regular deli meat consumption creates cumulative exposure to multiple preserved food-associated compounds. A 2-ounce serving of deli meat typically delivers 500 to 800 milligrams of sodium. The 2025 dietary guidelines recommend under 2,300 milligrams of sodium daily for most adults. A standard deli sandwich with meat, cheese, bread, and condiments can deliver 1,500 to 2,000 milligrams of sodium. High sodium intake is among the most robustly documented dietary risk factors for cardiovascular disease. Phosphate additives improve texture, water retention, and shelf life, but raise the dietary phosphorus load. Excess dietary phosphate is associated with cardiovascular and kidney stress in vulnerable populations. Carrageenan is used as a stabilizer in deli meats. Animal studies associate it with gut inflammation. The FDA has reviewed carrageenan's safety status multiple times. It remains approved but is under ongoing scrutiny. Monosodium glutamate and hydrolyzed proteins are common flavor enhancers in deli meat formulations. Potassium lactate and sodium diacetate are added to ready-to-eat deli meats to suppress listeria growth. Listeria is a genuine safety concern in ready-to-eat meats. Antimicrobials serve a documented safety function. Sodium erythorbate and ascorbic acid stabilize the pink color of cured meats during retail shelf life. Color stabilizers do not affect flavor or safety. They exist to maintain visual appeal for consumers. Dextrose and sugar are added to many deli products for flavor balance, contributing to total added sugar load. Standard deli turkey can contain 14 or more additional ingredients, most for texture, color, and shelf life. Low-sodium deli options exist, but often contain more potassium chloride for flavor compensation. The evidence supports reducing frequency, not necessarily eliminating processed meat entirely. Researchers consistently cite daily consumption as the risk threshold. Occasional consumption differs significantly. Limiting processed meat to 2 or 3 times weekly significantly reduces cumulative nitrate and sodium exposure. Check 4 things: sodium per serving, whether nitrite or celery juice is listed, whether it is whole muscle, and serving size. Whole muscle turkey or chicken breast deli products contain fewer additives than formed or reformed options. Roasting and slicing whole meat at home eliminates virtually all additives found in commercial deli meats. Canned salmon, eggs, or leftover cooked meat are high-protein sandwich fillings without preserved meat additives. Children's exposure to nitrites from deli meats deserves more consideration.
Metabolic sensitivity is higher.
Eating vitamin C-rich foods with cured meat reduces N-nitroso compound formation in the digestive system. A simple practical step? Pair deli meat with vitamin C-rich vegetables to reduce nitrosamine formation. Mediterranean diets include some cured meat, embedded in a broader pattern high in plants and whole grains. Dietary pattern matters more than any single food. Deli meat in an otherwise nutritious diet is categorically different. Several countries include processed meat in dietary guidelines, explicitly warning against frequent consumption. The WHO Global Cancer Research Fund recommends strictly limiting processed meat consumption. The American Cancer Society advises limiting processed meat as part of a cancer risk reduction dietary strategy. The 2025 U.S. Dietary Guidelines recommend reducing sodium and processed food, which includes deli meats. 5 practical steps: reduce frequency, choose whole muscle cuts, pair with vitamin C, check sodium, vary your proteins. These 5 steps do not require eliminating deli meat. They require being intentional about how you consume it. Asking specifically for whole muscle cuts is a practical choice available at most full-service deli counters. Food choices are shaped by cost, convenience, and access. Practical guidance must account for that reality. Deli meat is not inherently dangerous. but it is not the neutral convenience food it is marketed as. The journey from whole animal to sliced deli meat involves significant chemical and mechanical transformation. WHO Group 1 classification, the nitrosamine mechanism, and the sodium load are all well-established findings. The evidence supports reduction, not panic. Frequency and dietary pattern are the primary variables. 3 actionable steps require no new spending, just different choices with existing shopping habits. Understanding the evidence on deli meat does not require giving it up. It requires using it more thoughtfully. Rotating protein sources, fish, poultry, legumes, eggs, and occasional deli meat is an achievable goal. Deli meat as one protein source among 6 or 7 is very different from deli meat as the daily default. Deli meat belongs in the larger conversation about ultra-processed food. It exemplifies the category's trade-offs. Every processed food is a trade-off: convenience and preservation in exchange for additive and nutrient modification. That trade-off is not always wrong, but it should be a conscious choice, not a default. Subscribe for one evidence-based food investigation every week. No sensationalism, just science. At Grocery Science, we give you the evidence. What you do with it is entirely up to you. Coming next, the hidden sugar in fruit juice, bread label deception, and the supplement industry's reality. Thank you for watching Grocery Science. Stay curious. Stay informed.